Hi, in this video we will see a demo for the cafe coffee shop. Here I had used the radio buttons for picking the bagel and also the different coffee types and toppings. So for bagels and the coffee I have taken the radio button. You can see the radio button. If I click on this, we can see the ID and action type, and same for all radio buttons have the ID and action. For checkbox I have for input fields I have given the IDs, not action, and for checkbox I have given the IDs. For the buttons I have given only action, not ID. Based on the button click, what action need to be done, that we will implement in a Java code. Now if you see the here we have a nice window. Let's see the demo. So here is it's my main program, and you can see the fxml designed fxml. We have here three buttons. We have the buttons I have given the on actions. I did not give any IDs for this, but for the labels I have given the IDs. These IDs actually will change the value of the total, subtotal and sale. Let me run the main class. In the main class I have written the code is very simple, like how we did in basic programming. Load the fxml file, then create a scene. After creating the scene, set the title for the stage, add the scene, then resizable equal to false. I don't want to make a resizable. And init style, this is a very important property. I'm not going to show the minimize, maximize and close of the window. So that's why I'm going to use this view. Let's run this. Here we go. So here we are not this is our controller. This is our controller. I will explain the code later. Let's see the functionality. So when I click this, automatically this input field will be updating, and you can select the multiple toppings, and reset will reset all the selections. Exit will ask you either you want to exit from the window or no. For now I'll click no, later we'll click yes. Let's see calculate operations. So it has calculated the value of this with the 13% of tax. Now if I increase the number of bagels to 2 and regulars to 2, coffee, so it will be reflecting properly. Now when you want to see the receipt, you can see the receipt also printed. So this is the functionality I have implemented in this cafe coffee shop. Now I will show the exit operations. If I click yes, it will close. Let's go for the coding. You can see in the scene builder, I have defined the controller as cafe coffee controller. This is my cafe coffee controller. What are the IDs I have given? So I have to import these all things. So wherever I have given the IDs like let us come from the beginning, radio buttons. So white bagel, wheat bagel, and for none also we have given the ID. So these all radio buttons I have to annotate with the fxml file. Then later the checkbox I have taken. You can go to the fxml file, see the checkbox wherever we have the checkbox. So these are all the IDs we have to annotate with fxml. So same IDs I have taken here, I have annotated here fxml. And labels for total and subtotals. For total and subtotals I have taken the labels here, and these labels I am going to annotate here. Because when I calculate the total, you have seen in the demo I have updated the price for the subtotal and sales tax and all by using these fields. And the input fields like we have a input fields here to enter the number value, like how many you want. So this can be also be I have detected with the IDs. So I need to annotate here with fxml. Now let's go to the initial how our controller will start. Actually, the controller is implementing the initializable. In the initializable, this is an interface. This interface has the method called initialize. So we have to override the initialize. This is the initialize. So we have to override the initialize method. So I did here initialize method. So what we are doing the initialize method. First I am going to disable the buttons, radio buttons and fields and checkbox. If you go to the execution, so initially these all fields are disabled. You can see the text fields are disabled. I am going to disable the first these text fields, so that I have done in a disable method. So how I did, see, test field, set the value. So value is what? The boolean value. So I am going to set disable true. And for the text fields, set the value null. So disable and null value we are going to set. And the others also we have these all are disabled. So we are going to disable those check fields. And also the radio buttons. Why we are going to disable the selected equal to false. We are not disabling here, we are making a selected equal to false. These are also selected equal to false, initial setup. Then later what we are doing, we are disabling the coffee fields, same like that, and checkbox disable. So if you pass here value true, then it will be all the checkbox will be disabled. When you pass the value as false, it will be enabled. So now this is the view have occurred when you add something. When you click on this, you can see here these all are enabled and populated a value here. So how it has been done? Now how it has been done? So that we can see by the method called radio wait. So in this method I am going to do. So how we can do that? On selection of these, we have given a action event here. Action event here. So this action event is nothing but method name. So this is that method and annotated with fxml. So we are going to say that get the value of on click of the radio button white, this particular method is going to execute. When this method is executed, we are getting the value. So whether it is selected or unselected, that means checked or unchecked. If it is checked, then we are going to say that disable the bagel value. So this disable bagel value we have seen here. What we are doing, we are going to set the disable value to the other fields. So now here, when it is enabled, checkbox should be enabled. Checkbox should be enabled. That is disabled equal to false. We are going to set should be enabled. Then if it is true, then what we are making, we are going to set the selected equal to true. This particular box selected equal to true. Then set the value here 1, set the value here 1, and disable the other. Disable the other. Now let's go to the other functionality. So we have seen the one same applies with the when none clicked, then RD none, this one. So when none clicked, that time we are going to read the value, none is selected, then disable all these, uncheck these two, that means uncheck these two, yes, and checkbox disable this one, checkbox disable. If it is enabled, then on click of this it has to be disabled. So if it is true, then RD selection equal to true we are making. So this selection equal to true. The same applies with these coffees as well. Only the thing is, when you select this one, no operation here, no selection. That means I did not call the enable method of this checkbox. I will show you that. In the RD coffee, you can see when you select the coffee regular, then regular property will be read. Then disable the coffee fields. That means other coffee fields should be disabled. Then we are going to set the regular selected equal to true. That means our selection value is true, right? Regular selection is true. Then set the other fields values as field is disabled. Then set the value 1. So after setting the value, you can say calculate. Before calculate, we will go for checkbox as well. So on click of checkbox, what we are going to do, because we have taken the checkbox method as well, right? I think we did not take on the checkbox method. Yeah, we did not take on the checkbox. So on click for uncheck of this checkbox, we are not doing any operation. Okay, now let's see. I will check few of the fields. Few of the fields are unchecked. When I click on the calculate, you can see these values are populated. So we need to go for the method of on action for the calculate total. Here is the total calculate method. So if I go to the total calculate method, in the total calculate method, I'm going to read the input values. How many white counts, wheat counts, regular, and cappuccino, and latte coffee. So this is that count actually. You can increase this count to any number, how many you want. So these values we are reading. If it is not equals to null or not equals to 0, then it needs to calculate the total value. So our total value calculation is formula is wheat count into each price, white count into each price, coffee count into each price, like that. So this each price you can see here in the bracket we have shown. So that value I have used here. You can see the same values, the same double value I have coded here. Now you will get a pre-tax value. Now one more thing we need to remember, we have taken only the calculation this part, and on selection of this we have to add this count as well, this value as well. So if blueberry is selected, then total add with the blueberry price. What is the blueberry price? So here is 0.5. That 0.5 will be added. So like that we are going to take the calculation. Then on successful calculation, we are going to set the value for the subtotal label, this one. Okay, tax label is this one, total label is this one. So these three label values we are updating. So it looks simple. So when you start, so these are the default functionalities. For the exit, you can see I have a something like this. So this is the alert. How I have written, I'll show here. So in the exit, I have taken the alert. Alert, it is going to show that do you want to close the application. We have the two buttons, yes and no. So I'm going to read the button action. If it equals to yes, I'm going to close the particular platform. That means this window I'm going to close. If it equals to no, then default operation, just close the alert box. The default operation of the alert implementation. So when you see the reset form, when you click on the reset, here the reset form is executed. So the functionality of reset, form reset, what we are doing, we are going to set the all, disable the values, remove all selections, remove coffee field selections, and also checkbox selections. Then set the value to 000. So this operation we are doing. I hope this functionality you have understood. If you have not yet subscribed still, please subscribe to the channel. I am going to bring the few more projects implementation with the JavaFX and other web technologies. So now if you click on the receipt, so receipt also will call for the calculate method, and you can see the total values here. You can implement these, you can print this, or you can also change the format of implementation according to your requirement. If you liked this video, please press thumbs up and please share. Thank you.